Hello. How you going? I don't know why I just turned Australian. So, as the title says, I'm going to make a standing mushroom. I have some rainbow and black and white prepped up in there. I'm going to do black and white stem with a reverse access rainbow top. Let's go. So I'm going to show you real quick. I prepped up the bottom. This will be the stem. So the bowl will be down in this bubble part. The stem obviously leads up to the rainbow cap that I'm going to prep up right now. So I'm just pulling these out of my annealer. It's sitting at 1100 degrees. And then I just wipe them off. There's kiln dust, so I wipe it on a little Kevlar glove. I'm going to flash this and then I'll show you. Heat into it before I showed you. So here's the rainbow. I wig-wagged it. So basically wig-wag. You take one section, get it hot, spin it one way. So I'll spin my right hand faster than my left hand. Wait till that cools. Go to the next section. Then I'll spin my left hand faster than my right hand. And you just do that all the way down. You can make them really small. You can make them really big. Whatever you'd like. But I want to reverse access this, so I need to shrink it all down into a bubble and then pop a hole in the side and transfer it onto a new blowpipe. So, let's do that. So I'm just going to put a handle on this side so it's easier for me to melt together. Now I just want to get the whole thing really hot and start making it a stout bubble. I need a bubble. I don't want to push too hard when I'm melting it all together. I just kind of want to let it gather up on itself. So see, it's already shrinking. It's hot. Yes, it's very hot, if you were wondering. Alright, I'm going to give it a puff. They're getting there. I need to do that one more time, and then I'll have the shape I want. Whew. So just gently shoving it together. I don't want to get any folds in the color. There we go. Now I can cut off that handle that I had just added. Ooh, hot motherfucker. It's really pointy at the top. I want to round that out. And I'm changing the angle of which way I'm letting the glass flow. Because when it's this hot, it's a liquid. So if I set it this way, you can see how stout that got when I let it hang down. Puff this out, and we should have a good round bubble to reverse access. Oh yeah. So once that cools a little, you'll be able to see the rainbow colors again. Good morning. Yeah, I'm usually not here this early. It's like 9 here. I got up early today. Alright, so now that it's cooled enough, I'm just going to pick a side. It's kind of drooping more on this side, so I'm going to pick this side. Going to spot heat an area in the middle. Give it a puff. Got that little bump, and I'm going to pop that open. Then I have another handle that was in my annealer, and I'm just going to change where the blowpipe is. So here's what we got right now. I'm going to remelt this hole a little bit. I wanted it bigger so it matched better. I'm just going to get both hot. Shove it on and give it a pull. While that's cooling, I'm going to check my oxygen and propane levels quick because my flame is being a little funny. Propane's good. Oxygen's good. I'm just crazy. No worries. So now I have to cut off right here in the flame. So now everything's going this way instead of that way. And this will be the mushroom cap, if you missed that. The stem is going to be black and white. And I'm just making this for fun because it's honestly something that I would want to buy. Now I want to get all that shit that I don't want on the final piece off. There's easier ways to do this as well. This is just how I reverse access. Alright, now I gotta get everybody around again. We kind of got a little bird going. So I'm going to round this out, and then I'm going to shape it up into a mushroom cap. I fucking love reverse access wig in this rainbow color. Oh, and the color is from Golden Gate Glassworks. I did not make the tubing. I purchased it already fresh. So I'm angling it down because I want it to be flowing that way. I want it longer that way. So I'm letting gravity help. Now that I got it hot and kind of gathered up, I'll give it a puff. And it's almost round. I still have a little bit of a bump there, so I'm going to melt it down one more time. One more time. Oh, it's hot in here. I need to take my hoodie off. Feeling hot, 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 hot. This time I should have it. I can shape up the cap. Fuck yeah, got it that time. Alright, so here's our mushroom cap so far. I'm going to attach a handle on the other end, and I'm going to melt down where the clear meets the color for the mouthpiece. The mouthpiece is going to be the top of the mushroom. I'm going to shape up the rest of the cap. Looks more like a mushroom cap. That's what's nice about those light attachments. When I don't want it there anymore, you just give it a knock and it's off. I'm going to puff this out, and then I'm going to flatten it. And then I'm going to pop a hole where it'll join to the stem. Alright, so I got the shape of the mushroom cap. I just need to pop a hole in the bottom of it. It's the glass goddess. Oh, thank you, Mimosa. That's so nice. So I'm just going to do a sharp flame in the middle of the bottom and pick a hole open. Sometimes I'll puff it out, but I think it's thin enough that I can just pick it open. So I'm just pulling the glass thinner and thinner until it opens up on itself. Isn't that cool? It's cool when you want it to happen. It's not very cool when you don't want it to happen. And then I want to get this the same size as I got my mushroom stem, which I think that'll be about perfect. So I'm going to grab that quick. Oh damn, look how cool that is. It's almost even cooler on camera. That never happens. Alright, mushroom stem. You know what? I'm hot as fuck though, so hold on 1 second. It's like 75 degrees in here all of a sudden. Yee! Release the heat. Holy shnikes. Okay. Woo! I can like feel it dumping out of me. I had some pre-workout today. It fucking makes me really warm. Alright, so we got the cap and the stem prepped. Oh. Let's make them one. They're gonna be friends. So you saw the cap. At the beginning I showed the stem, but I'll show it again really quick after I give it a flash. So the bowl is going to be this bubbly part down here, and obviously I'm going to attach the cap up there. So let's do that. I don't want to burn the colors when I'm putting them together, so I need to be very careful with my heat. Here's the cap that we just made. And I'm basically, whoop. I want to get them really hot, but not hot enough to burn the color. well. Oh. So I'm heating up this bubble part on the bottom because I want to push the bowl down there next. So I'm going to cut off this bottom handle. After I rip all this junk off, I'll show you what we got going so far. It's very important to stay organized down here because when you're grabbing shit, when you're first learning, that's when you burn yourself. It's not actually with the glass flame or the flame when you're working. It's usually when you go to grab something on the table and it burns the fuck out of you. Usually. So always have like sections on where you put your hot shit. Anyways. Droop down a little, please. Thank you. Oh, I want to keep this. I guess that's why I made it. It's because it's something I want. So we've got that reverse access wig wig cap. You can see the color in there now that it's gotten cold. And by cold, I mean it's probably 400 degrees, but it's not 2,000 degrees anymore. So now I'm going to pop a hole in this little bubble I've got on the bottom. No, I'm not. I lied. I'm going to flatten the bottom first so I know where I can pop the hole. One more time. Oh, my boyfriend texted me. And I could flatten it here too, but I like to feel that it's flat, if that makes sense. Doing it here works perfectly fine too. To blast out all the haziness. When you push glass and it's just a little too chilled, it'll create like a haziness in it that you can just blast out with the flame. Okay, now that I have a flat bottom, I can pop the bowl hole. Look at that mushy. I should make mushies that aren't pipes, huh? That's actually a really good idea. This is going to be a pipe though. I'm picking front where the bowl is. Might rock that. I'm just going to make a mark, give it a little puff, where I'm going to pop the bowl hole. And then pop it. Hard to see that with the big ass mushroom cap. Alright, so now I got a hole. I'm just going to circle around that with my flame and then give it a push. So much lovely product. Nice glass once again. Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you. Fucking love it too. I'm just making this because it's something that I would want to buy. It'll be up on my website probably tomorrow. As long as everything goes well. Knock on wood. Alright, so circle around this hole I created. And then I got a graphite rod. And I keep switching sides because the glass moves when it's hot. It turns into a liquid. As I've said before. I'm going to give it a puff right before I go to push the bowl. So you give it that puff so you don't get too big of a hole or too small of a hole when you're pushing it. That fucking worked out really nice. Mushies that are plant water. Oh, like with that skinny tip bottom thing that waters the plants. That'd be sick. I like that. So I'm just gonna blast out any marks I got from that bowl push. Make sure it's perfect. And then I just circle that whole bowl hole. And then I'll pop a chalk. Mushroom, mushroom. I shouldn't hang it that way too much because if the condensation gets up in that cap, it'll crack and I'm gonna be sad. Alright, pop a chalk. This is tall. That's a tall one. Tall. That's a mushroom party bowl. So I'm just going to kind of spot heat again where I want to pop the choke, but I want to puff it out before I pop the hole. So pop the bowl hole. Give it a little poof so it sticks out. That way you won't burn your thumb or your finger, hopefully, when you're using it. And I just popped a hole where I had that bump. Sometimes they whistle. That's a good whistle. Sorry. Sometimes they whistle way more than others. Usually there's always some sort of a little bit of a whistle, but that's a loud one. So I'm flattening it and then making it round. And getting yelled at the same time. Okie dokes. There's a little bit of haziness right here. Gonna blast that out. I don't want to work on anything further like down here. If I put that in the flame, it'll just crack right now. So keep that out of the flame. All I'm doing is removing the haziness that was created. Probably when I was blowing this end out, it moved a little as it was cooling, and then I got a little bit of haziness, so I don't want that on the final piece. You just heat it up. If you have a haziness that you cannot seem to get rid of, you probably burn the glass, and you can't really reverse that because you've created bubbles. So, cool. I fucking love that. It's a nice one. So I'm gonna pop this in the annealer, and then I might put some clear dots on it. I'll show you the one I made yesterday actually right now after I pop this in my annealer. So the annealer is that black thing right here. It's also called a kiln. It's sitting at 1100 degrees. And I'll let that heat back up, put any final touches on it, whatever if I see anything wrong, I can fix it. I'll show you the mushy I made yesterday. This is also available. Kind of got a theme going on. Woo, this is yesterday's. It is not on my website yet, but I'll post it today. That was really Minnesota. Sometimes that happens. So the other one I just made is going to be a little bit taller. This one actually sits really, really nice too. But the clear dots is what I was talking about. You think I should put those on the one I just made? They make like cool little magnifying sections. And I also like it for when you sit it down, it has dots to hold it from rolling away. So yes, I've just convinced myself. I'm going to put clear dots on that one. Alright, any quick questions questions before I skedaddle? That's awesome. Oh, I already read that. Trippy Clean, thank you. Mad Mapper, thank you. That's pretty too. Yes to the bubbles. I'm definitely going to do the clear bubbles. Or clear dots, they're not really bubbles. Alright, well I hope everybody has an awesome Wednesday. And yeah, subscribe, like, turn on your notifications. Thank you for all the love so far. I really appreciate it. This is fun. I like sharing my wisdom.